Alright guys, so this is going to be my review, a comic review if you will, of a series that, well, Series 1 came to an end. I will talk about the other stuff in a moment. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Godzilla Rivals, Round 1 as it's known as. So what is Godzilla Rivals? Godzilla Rivals is basically a series of biannual one-shots that were put out by IDW, where in this series Godzilla takes on five enemies. He takes on 5 different enemies in these one-shots. The first being Hedorah, then Mothra, then King Ghidorah, then Batra, and then finally Gigan. So yeah. This was delayed as all hell, and it took a while to come out. I remember the Hedorah one was like, they talked about like Hedorah, this was part of Hedorah's 50th anniversary. They really did wait a long time to get all these one-shots out. Now, Rivals, I'm going to talk about real quick before I get into the main comic series, is that Rivals is actually is still going. However, it's going to take on a different take, in that in the next series of Godzilla Rivals, which is going to be it's going to be starting in January, Godzilla Rivals, rather than having Godzilla fight different monsters, it's going to be different Toho monsters fighting each other, and Godzilla is going to be tangentially connected. So, we do know that there are 3 so far, and I'm really excited for this era, because now it's like, yeah, now we get to have, like, random Godzilla fights with other, random monster fights with other monsters, and not to say, Godzilla's bad, it's just really nice to see, like, the other kaiju outside of Godzilla get a lot of love. So that we do know for the first 3, and they're all really cool, but the third one I'm really excited for. The first one will be Rodan and Ebirah, and Mechagodzilla will be involved as well. The second one will be Mothra fighting Titanosaurus. And then finally, for the ones we know so far, is Biollante versus Destroya. Yeah. That's gonna be fucking cool. I'm really excited for that. I personally would have loved to have seen Biollante and Space Godzilla fight, because they're both monsters made from Godzilla, and having Ghidorah fight Destroya instead. Godzilla's 2 biggest rivals fight. That's what I would have wanted, but yeah. I'm very excited for that new era of Godzilla. But for now, let's talk about Godzilla Rivals. Now, they're all done by different writers and artists, and they are all done in different fashions. They are all done in different art styles and different one-shots, different eras. And yeah, this very much reminded me of the Godzilla Spotlight comics they did called Godzilla Legends, which was really just 5 issues focusing on different kaiju. Funny enough, Hedorah got one it got a Spotlight too, which in that one it was Hedorah, Anguirus, Titanosaurus, Kumonga, and I believe, I can't for the life. Oh yeah, it was Rodan. Yeah, it was Rodan. Anyway, so here, each one is kind of like that, except Godzilla is fighting them head on, rather than it focus on them entirely. So the first one is really much Godzilla taking on Hedorah in what is basically New York, and it focuses on a brother-sister team trying to try to stop Hedorah and Godzilla. This is a nice little comic. It very much has some references to the film, but the human characters are so annoying in this comic, it's not even funny. Like, it is so just goddamn tedious with those two, because you don't know if they want to kill each other, and are willing to kill each other to stop Godzilla, or save each other. It's really, like, weird. Also, Godzilla in here looks dead-ass like Godzilla vs. Smog Monster Godzilla. It's a okay book. Following that is the Mothra book, and the Mothra book is less Godzilla vs. Mothra and more the military versus Mothra and her egg. That's really it. There's really not much here for this one, and again, human characters really kill it for this story. But then after those 2 mediocre issues, we get a balls to the wall, insane Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah comic, because it's literally, we have the Exilians here, and mankind is getting trampled by King Ghidorah, and the only hope they have is fucking Doctor Who. Not Doctor Who from Doctor Who, not the Doctor. I'm talking Doctor Who from King Kong Escapes. That Doctor Who. Like, I was like, you guys have the rights to... I thought he was under Rankin Bass. What is going on here? It's literally Doctor Who from King Kong Escape, from the Toho Rankin Bass movie King Kong Escapes. This comic is insane. The ending is crazy, and it's just, let's just throw shit at the wall and let's see what sticks. This is probably my favorite of them, and yeah, because it's the most. The humans aren't annoying. You do get to see like Kamacuras and a few other monsters, and it's not just because King Ghidorah is my favorite of the Godzilla kaiju. But yeah, monster fight is really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Also, this was an alternate cover. I got this. This was the only one I got with the alternate cover. I think this was done, but the cover was done by Jeff Zornow, who's a really good Godzilla artist. Then we move on to Godzilla vs. Batra. Godzilla vs. Batra is a interesting one because it's in this weird, like, future / post-apocalyptic / past kind of story that involves Godzilla battling Batra, and the people are for or even... This is the thing that bothers me with a lot of these comics, because they clearly don't know how to write the humans in these books. They have like this weird thing about writing the human characters throughout these comics. Like, they have these weird motivations, and they all feel robotic, and it almost feels like the writers just wanted to have, hey, let's just get to the monster fights, which is fair in these one-shots, but even then they don't know how to write a proper monster fight, because a lot of these are not really good. Like, that's what we came here for, and you're not delivering on it. That kind of bothers me. And yeah, the human characters have these weird, like, are we for Batra? Are you against? Are you for Godzilla? I don't know. Finally, we end on a high note with Godzilla vs. Gigan. This was the last one. It came out last week, and actually, I was looking forward to it because now I can finally review all of it rather than wait for trade. Godzilla Rival, like, this one ends on a high note, and it's a fun note because it brings back the insectoid aliens from the Nebula universe with Gigan, and they reference Godzilla vs. Gigan and have it that he was upgraded into his Millennium form. And it's just a knockdown, drag-out, bloody fight between Godzilla and Gigan. This is a pretty violent fight between the two, honestly. All in all, a lot of these are not great. I would say maybe get them at a bargain bin or something, or wait for trade. A lot of these are just kind of like mediocre, or just kind of eh. The one I didn't like the most was the Mothra one, but really... the Gigan and Ghidorah ones are definitely the best of the three. I really enjoyed those the most. So, yeah. Yeah. So, but I am really excited to see what they do with round 2 now that we're going to focus with monsters outside of Godzilla fighting each other. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of Godzilla Rivals round 1? Did you guys like it, hate it? And what monster fights are you hoping to see in the next series of the Godzilla Rival comics? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.